all cast of Only Fools and Horses who passed away. One of the men on this list played a character built around a single joke about a Bruma joke, so beloved, it's still voted one of the greatest lines in British sitcom history decades later. He'd kept it, he said, for 20 years, even though it had had 17 new heads and 14 new handles along the way. Off camera, though, his own final years told an entirely different story than the lovable dimwit millions of people fell in love with. His story is our number one. Only Fools and Horses ran from 1981 to 2003, plus a string of Christmas specials that kept going into the mid-2000s. And it became one of the most beloved sitcoms Britain has ever produced, regularly voted the greatest British sitcom of all time. Today, we're going through the 6 actors from the Trotter family's world who are no longer with us, from the very first Grandad to the very last cast member we lost. 6. Leonard Pearce, Grandad. Leonard Pearce had already built a long career on the London stage and in small television roles before he was cast, in his mid-60s, as Grandad the Trotter family's cantankerous, endlessly food-obsessed elder, forever complaining from his armchair. He appeared in the show from its very first episode in September 1981, becoming a genuine fan favorite almost immediately. In December 1984, while the show was in the middle of filming its 4th series, Pearce suffered a heart attack and was rushed to Whittington Hospital in London. He seemed to be recovering, but a second heart attack followed days later, and he died on the 15th of December, 1984, at 69. He'd reportedly still been a heavy smoker, even while working on set. The show's writers had to rework the entire family structure mid-production. Grandad's death was written into the story itself, and a new character, his estranged brother Albert, was introduced to keep the Trotter household whole. Our next name stepped into exactly that role and ended up staying with the family for the next 15 years. 5. 0. Buster Merryfield, Uncle Albert. Buster Merryfield had one of the most unlikely paths to television fame of anyone on this list. He spent decades working as an actual bank manager, only turning to acting after retirement. In his late 50s and, within a few years, he'd landed the role of Uncle Albert, the Trotter's gruff old seafaring relative, brought in specifically to fill the gap Grandad's death had left in 1985. He stayed with the show through its most popular years and its emotional final Christmas specials in the 1990s, becoming just as beloved as the character he'd replaced. In June 1999, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. He died just 11 days later at Poole General Hospital at 78. Merryfield built an entire second career and a piece of British television history after most people his age had already stopped working altogether. Our next name's death carried its own strange, almost unbelievable irony. News broke on the very same day his old show was confirmed to be coming back to screens. 4. Kenneth Macdonald, Mike Fisher. Kenneth Macdonald played Mike Fisher, the easygoing landlord of the Trotter's local pub, the Nag's Head, appearing steadily throughout most of the show's original 15-year run from 1981 to 1996. It was a role built more on warmth and consistency than big comic moments, the kind of character who made a fictional neighborhood feel like a real, lived-in place. In August 2001, while on holiday with his family in Hawaii, Macdonald suffered a massive heart attack and died suddenly at 50. In a coincidence nobody could have planned, his death was announced on the exact same day the BBC confirmed that a brand new Only Fools and Horses special was finally being made after years of rumors. Macdonald never got to see that reunion happen. Our next name played one of the show's most beloved comic villains for over 2 decades, before a long, largely private illness finally caught up with him. 3. John Challis, Boycie. John Challis played Boycie, the sharp-suited, endlessly sarcastic used car dealer who spent decades as one of the Trotter's favorite rivalsa role he carried not just through the original series but into its own spin-off, The Green Grass, which ran for 3 more seasons in the 2000s. Off-screen, Challis was also a passionate conservationist who ran a wildlife-friendly farm in Herefordshire for years. He was diagnosed with cancer in 2019 and kept working as long as he could, largely keeping the details of his illness away from the public. He died in September 2021 at 79, passing away peacefully in his sleep after the long battle finally caught up with him. Challis turned Boycie into one of British sitcoms' most quotable characters, sneer and all. Our next name's death is the most recent one on this entire list, barely a couple of years old at the time of this video. 2. Patrick Murray, Mickey Pearce. Patrick Murray played Mickey Pearce, one of the Trotter's small-time, perpetually scheming neighborhood friends, appearing across 20 episodes between 1983 and 2003. Never a lead character, but a genuinely beloved fixture of the show's world for 2 decades. In 2021, Murray revealed publicly that routine scans had caught a cancerous tumor in his lung early. He underwent surgery to remove it, followed by chemotherapy, and for a while, it looked like he'd beaten it. A second, unrelated tumor was later found in his liver and also treated. Then, in 2023, he shared the news that his cancer had returned and spread, eventually reaching his legs and pelvis. He died in his sleep in October 2025 at 68 in Rochester. Murray fought that illness largely out of the spotlight for years, only sharing the full details publicly in stages. Our number one built an entire career off of one single perfect running joke, and his own final years looked nothing at all like the character everyone loved him for. 1. Roger Lloyd Pack, Trigger. Roger Lloyd Pack played Trigger, the sweet, permanently confused road sweeper best known for one of British comedy's most beloved running jokes. Proudly showing off the same broom he claimed to have owned for 20 years, despite it having had 17 new heads and 14 new handles along the way. He appeared in the role from the show's very first episode in 1981, all the way through its final Christmas specials over 20 years later, becoming one of its most quoted and imitated characters. Off-screen, Lloyd Pack was almost the complete opposite of Trigger, a serious, classically trained actor with an extensive stage career, the son of a respected character actor himself, who also appeared in shows like The Vicar of Dibley. In January 2014, he died at his home in Kentish Town, London, at 69, after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Tributes from across British television poured in within hours, many noting how differently he'd talked and carried himself off camera compared to the character that made him famous. 6 actors, 1 pub, 1 family, and 1 van full of dodgy market stall merchandise, and every single one of them is gone now, except for the 2 original stars, still keeping the legacy alive today. 6 actors, over 2 decades of one of Britain's most beloved sitcoms, and 6 very different endings, some sudden, some drawn out, one with an irony nobody could have written into the show itself. If one of these stories surprised you, tell us which one in the comments. And if you want us to walk through the cast of another classic show next, subscribe, because there's always more behind the credits than you'd expect.